Live. It is Thursday, March 28th. That's a fact because I just looked down on the computer screen and it said March 28th. We are live, guys. Reggae Nights live.
And sit down.
Shut up and sit down, relax. This is because we got Brittany Dixon on Reggae Nights live tonight. Brittany, how are you doing tonight?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm finally all rested up from our event on Sunday. Now, you came out, right? We saw you.
I did. I had so much fun. It was so much fun.
So we got to see you at Reggae Nights at the Fork. I got a special shout out for one of our sponsors. This is Sureleaf, one of our spotlight sponsors for the event. Promised them I would put my hair down for the show. Wear the hat tonight.
I like it.
So we are live tonight on ReggaeNights.live. And tell me, Brittany, why we got you on the show tonight?
Well, I went to the show on Sunday and I got to meet you. I'm working on some projects and the scene, and Rob from Propaganda actually said that I should talk to you and we should, get together. So I went there
Mr.
to
Rob from Propaganda. So
yeah.
Now you know Rob from Propaganda, and when I take a look at your Facebook profile, it says that you work for Lori. What company do you work for?
It's called Lorelai Talent Agency.
Lorelai Talent Agency. Okay, so Lorelai Talent Agency. Now, I did a little research on this because I knew I was going to be talking to you. And I asked you before we got on the show, I asked you where you came up with the name. And can you tell me how you came up with the name of your business?
Lorelai is actually my middle name.
Very
So,
nice. Very nice.
Like that.
Now,
Pretty name.
if you Google what Lorelai stands for, it stands for the German alluring enchantress.
Oh.
But then I asked if you were German. He said, well, I'm not sure. So we will just go with the alluring enchantress for the definition of the company. So
Okay.
with that definition, you must be attracting some wonderful talent. What are some bands that you've worked with? Who are some people that you've talked with? And tell me what your goal and what your mission is working in this industry.
So to name a few bands, I've got the Intercoastals. Lost Tropics is actually one of them. That's part of the reason why I came on Sunday.
Did you say the Lost Tropics?
Yeah, Kylie's my girl.
I'm a fan. Yeah, that's the first time I got to see them perform live. And, I listened to their music on Spotify and on YouTube. But the live version?
Oh, I'm sorry. I went out for a second. My internet.
Just joking. I got you back. Just joking.
Okay.
I got you back. But yeah, the live version of the Lost Tropics. Man,
They're so good.
they are
I love
so
them.
good.
They're
I
so
got
good.
to interview Kylie last week, and that was a lot of fun too. Really, really awesome person from the Lost Tropics. So,
She's the
who else do
sweetest.
you work with?
She's the sweetest. I met her last year at Guanabanas for a festival they were doing there. Joey Caldero's donut bag of donuts or something like that. I forgot what it was
Oh,
called.
I saw that. I think we did a report on that. That was a super interesting show, just the way it was named. I mean, put donuts in it.
Yeah, it was fun. So some other bands I have Savi Fernandez band, Undercover Rasta, New Rulers, Vibes Farm. I've got quite a
Vibes
bit.
Farm. Let's talk a little bit about Tyler and Vibes Farm. I worked a little bit with those guys too. Actually, this is kind of cool with Vibes Farm. Maybe 3-4 years ago. I've lived in Florida now for about 3 or 4 years, and they were actually the first people that we ever interviewed.
Really? That's awesome.
Ever. I remember I reached out to them, and they were like, I think they thought we were sketchy. Because in their defense, we had nothing, we were just, I don't know, hey, you want to do an interview? And they're like, oh, I don't know. So. But no, we ended up doing it. We did an article for them, and we published it on the CBD company on our blog, and we got some pretty good traffic, and started listening to Vibes Farm, fell in love with the music, fell in love with the community, and now I got a hat backwards on Reggae Nights Live talking to Brittany Dixon of Lorelai Talent Agency. Man, that's some good stuff. So that's my story about Vibes Farm. How did you meet Vibes Farm?
So Undercover Rasta is one of my bands based out of St. Pete, and the lead singer for that band, Paul, puts on an event in February called Reggae Relief. Mm-hmm. And he was there with playing with Root C. Tyler was from Vibes Farm was playing with Root C that day. And Root C is actually one of my newer bands too. I picked them both up at the same time. Root C is based out of Jacksonville, and Tyler, I believe, is down southeast Florida somewhere.
He's down by Miami, I believe.
Yeah, my bands are really spread out. They're everywhere.
Big state. It's big.
Yeah, I travel with the bands sometimes, and the Intercoastals, I travel with them a lot, and we go all over the place, and just to drive to Key West feels like forever. Florida's huge. Yeah, but they're my two newest guys, and Tyler's such a pleasure to work with. He's the nicest. Really everybody, all the bands that I have, they're all the nicest people. This community's been really good to me. I've seemed to run into the right people along the way. So that's been nice.
That's something with going to different concerts. I'm getting old now. I'm starting to feel it in the bones when you wake up. Things just don't work like they used to. So what that means that, I got a little gray in the beard. I got a little wisdom. I've been to different types of concerts and different types of entertainment, and reggae's different. It's different. Mm-hmm. You go to a reggae show, it's different. The vibe's different. I mean, all the way from the parking lot. I don't know, people are even nice in the parking lot. They're just go ahead. Yeah. Go to a rock concert, man. I mean, you can get rock and roll before the concert with a bunch of mosh pits out in the parking lot.
Right.
Yeah, but with I don't know, with the reggae concerts, you got 10,000 people. You even got alcohol flowing, but it's
chill though. It's not.
You bump into somebody, you're like, my bad.
Oh my bad. No big deal.
You gotta like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and I think that's definitely what attracted us to the community is just again, community.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of community, that's one of the things I've kind of been working on is doing some stuff to get more of my bands that I have that are spread out everywhere. Working on something to get them all kind of together to meet each other and stuff, because it's I seem to be this middle contact all over Florida, and somebody will be looking for something, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know this guy from way across the state that can do this for you, and so I've got some projects in the works right now to try to help kind of connect everybody in that way.
Well, you
So
definitely got to keep us in the loop so we can help tell everybody about the projects.
absolutely.
You know,
It's
and
coming
what you
soon.
said, working together. It's what I see is everybody. So we're reggae nights. And we play. We have a wide variety of music interests.
Mhm. Yeah.
We put it under the category of reggae. I think my
Mhm.
definition of reggae is if I can dance to it. I'm not
Right.
very I'm not a
Yeah.
very good dancer, but if I can find the rhythm, that falls into my like category. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
the
reggae,
diversity. You're able to find
it's
different
a
flavors.
big, yeah, and I definitely have some like across the span of
The whole
reggae. I've got
spectrum.
like my real rock leaning bands, and then I've got my like real roots reggae leaning bands. Like I just had a guy from Jamaica actually called me yesterday. I was like, I don't recognize this area code. I picked it up, and he was literally calling me from Jamaica, and he was going to be coming here to LA next week.
Oh,
So that
that's
was exciting. Yeah. Um, yeah. So the variety can be way different, but I love all of it.
so. You said you traveled with some bands and you've been to different concerts across Florida. What's one of your favorite venues you've been to?
Well, I travel with the Intercoastals. We've been out of state also. We did one weekend. We did 4 states in 3 days, which was absolutely insane.
4 states, 3 days. So that means two concerts in one day.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like the bus went through
Oh,
4 states. Our bus is kind of old. I feel bad for her, but she trucks along, But
got you there. Did
yeah,
you
she
see
got
my
us.
my stoner math calculations go? My hands were a little off on that one. I had to slow them down for a second.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite venues I think I've ever been to. Well, okay, I've got a couple. One comes to mind, and it's not necessarily the venue itself; it's the people that go to the venue. And it's this place called Caribbean Club. It's in Key Largo,
Hmm,
and the
okay.
people there are just, you know, there for the music. People that live there, like, it's a bunch of locals. It's not really like a super touristy part of the Keys because it's kind of before you kind of get down into all that. It's like the first island from, mainland or whatever. So it's mostly locals there, and they're just, the nicest, happiest people, dance with you all night, hang out all night, and bars don't really close there like they do everywhere
So,
else. And
so you said it's more of the people, not some.
mhm.
It's just the people,
The
like
venue,
the venue feel, like the.
yeah, the venue is one of the oldest venues in Florida. It's like half outside. The stage is like a little wooden deck. It was in a movie actually, like back in the 40s. Um, I think it was called Caribbean Club actually. It's
I
it's
think
an old.
doesn't
Yeah, like when you drive up to it, it says like, from famous from the movie Caribbean Club. It's old, but it's awesome. Like it's the coolest place ever. It's right on the
it?
water. There's like a deck that goes out. It's, sand, it's beach. People like just walk around, barefoot because it's like on the sand. It's fun.
It
It's a
sounds
good
like
time.
that sounds like me. It sounds like we might have to go on a business trip and do some research and development.
Right? It's so much fun. You'd love it.
So, speaking of venues, I
Mhm.
spoke with Rebecca earlier from Tribe Fest Tampa. They got a show going on next Saturday. All kinds of stuff going on. They've got yoga. They got 3 VIP bars. They got rooftop yoga, not just yoga,
Yeah.
but like on top of the roof yoga.
Nice.
They got vendor square. They got a vendor market. They got dance floors. They got a stacked lineup too. All you gotta do is just Google search Tribe Fest 2024. I think we might be heading up there up to Tampa next Saturday, and
Yeah.
we're gonna post her interview earlier. Kind of funny story. So we were gonna do a recorded interview with Rebecca, and we started the recorded interview, and it's going really, really good. And then my internet glitched out, and we were just talking
Oh.
about how wonderful technology is, right? So Like, I'm like, because you're in Illinois, I'm in Florida, and we're just talking. Look how great technology is, We're just like, wow. So then we had a little blurb, and so I ended up saving the recording. But then I'm like, we'll just tell people we got to go to a commercial. And then I went to go record the second part of our interview, but instead of hitting record, I hit go live.
That's funny.
So we went live, and I think our title of the show was "Smoking Up Until 1 p.m. on Monday." Was the title of our live stream that we just went boom and hit live. So people saw that and they're like, damn, it's Monday again.
Right? I saw it too, and I was like, did I miss this? I thought she was going to be on with me today.
Yeah, like, shit, it's Monday again, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Good news, people, it's Thursday again. So we're rolling into the weekend. Nothing but positive news. Speaking of positive news, I am drinking something that we call Delta. This is a Delta drink. I just heard one open in the kitchen. That means our moderator, Stacy, must have cracked open a Delta. Right there. I just opened my drink. In true celebration, we are going to kick it over. You know what? Never mind. I never uploaded the video. Shoot.
That's awesome.
You saw that intro though, man. That was like super duper professional. We're like, man, we're going to kick it. You know what? We'll just go ahead and do the commercial right here.
There you
Delta.
go. It's good. It worked.
The sound of refreshing elevation.
Yeah. I'm boring at Coke.
I'm telling you, it's a great commercial though. Great commercial. Got music, we got people dancing, we got videos. Like it was really good.
That's awesome.
Shucks. Tune in next Thursday, people, to see the Delta commercial. Sorry, Delta. We got all the Delta executives tuning in. That'd be really fun. I don't even know if Delta knew we made the commercial, so if they did tune in, that's even better.
Right? We can press them next time.
Yeah, we'll actually have the video uploaded for the executives. Check your inbox, sir. It'd be nice, like, if we started the live show, like when you send an email that says check attachment, but you forget to do the attachment, Google's like, are you sure you want to send this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I do have a video for something else. We're going to go ahead and play this. Now, this is, it's something that we covered during the event. It's more on a serious side. It's called Senate Bill 1698. Senate Bill 1698, we got some legislation going through. Here's a little video to kind of educate you guys on this.
Why you gonna take my green? Doctors take my green, true leaves. New patient deal is a steal, you freaking vet. Florida, hey yo, Florida. We in a fight, we need you all to answers the call. Yo, in the sunshine, we stand united and tall. Politicians greed, playing games, thinking we gon' fall. What is this bill 1698? They plotting, shaking the shade, but we ain't backing down, no. We ain't afraid. Don't take my green. Why you gonna take my green? Doctors take my green. From leaves, new patient deals. A steal, you freaking fab. Hey Florida, hey yo, Florida. We in a fight. We need you all to answers the call. Yo, in the sunshine, we stand united and tall. Politicians free playing games, thinking we gonna fall. What is this bill 1698? They plotting, shaking the shade, but we ain't backing down.
Oh, Senate Bill 1698, guys. Nothing but pure legislation. Just Google it. Let's go ahead. We're going to email Ron and tell him, don't take my green.
Yeah, I was actually just hearing a lot about that this past week. I didn't even know that was a thing until last week. The Florida Mayor guy told me about it.
It's and they did that on purpose. they brought this bill in on a Monday morning under the disguise of packaging for the kids. Let's do it for the kids. Kid-friendly packaging. Let's stop the kid-friendly packaging. Us distributors were like, okay, that's fine. Like, all of our stuff is already, you talked about that last year, so we already fixed all of our packaging. So then after 3 amendments in 2 days, CBD stores and hemp stores are going to be out of business October 1st. 11,000 of us. And they're coming after vape stores next. So that'll probably double the. It's just it's crazy. But check it out, Senate Bill 1698.
My mom was on blood pressure medication for like 20 years, and she finally, I took her a long time to get her to switch to get a medical card, and now she's off of them. So I can't imagine them screwing all that stuff up again. Sucks.
I think it's a lot on the education side, because they use these pretty words like we're able to sell FDA approved hemp products.
You lagged for a second. Sorry, my internet's like not being the nicest to me.
They're using pretty words just to confuse people, and
right.
they don't really understand the benefits that we're providing to people. And it's something we do got to educate. I think there is some room for improvement from our industry, but you have to shut us down, wrong. Just tell us how to fix it, and we'll fix it. We'll listen. But that's Senate Bill 1698. Now let's get to some good news. We're rolling into the weekend. I like the weekends.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday, and then that means we are 1 week away from our Tribe Fest. Again, heading up to Tampa. Where are you coming from, Brittany? Where are you based out of?
Right around Orlando, like right in the middle, which is awesome for me.
Middle.
Yeah, so I can travel everywhere.
That's where Mickey Mouse is from, isn't it? Orlando.
Yeah. The traffic isn't fun living around Disney.
That's what I hear. Remember, I'm still kind of new to Florida, so like all I know is where St. Pete and Fort Myers is. And I know where the airports are.
Okay, yeah. Disney, I guess that's about 2 hours for me, 2.5 hours, I guess.
I got stuck in Orlando traffic, so now I know where it's at, and I stay away from it. So
yeah, it's awful.
Won't go all the way. Yeah, there's what's up there? Lakeland is up that way, right?
Lakeland's still south of me. It's
I've been to Lakeland.
About 45 minutes still from here. It's I don't know. I mean, I used to work in downtown Orlando, and I'd drive home. I lived like 13 miles from work, and it would take me an hour to get home in 5 o'clock traffic, like an hour to go 13 miles. So I work from home now, which is awesome. I don't want to ever have to do that commute again.
It doesn't take you long now to get home, does it?
Yeah, no. We're here. Well, unless I'm on the road or something with the guys, but yeah.
Okay, so what you got? What's the next you guys got planned? Where's the next show that you're going to be at?
Actually, Easter, which is Sunday. I have Tide and Tonic is a new place that's opening up. It actually opened today in Indian Harbor Beach. It's on the East Coast, over by Satellite Beach.
Tide and Tonic, what a cool name.
Yeah.
I would go there just for the name.
Right. It looks so awesome. I've been watching him. So the guy that opened that place and his partner, he was at Mavericks 321. I don't know if you ever heard of that venue before. And this guy opened up his own place with a new business partner. And it's like a seafood place. It looks beautiful. I've been watching him like along the way. I think they got it back in like January or so, and they remodeled the whole place. It's beautiful. I'm so excited to see it. It's so pretty.
Well, that's all. Good luck, Tide and Tonic, with a name like that. You got bands coming in, so like, good luck. Like, you guys got a friend in Reggae Nights, that's for sure. So that's going to be on Sunday over on the East Coast. Tide and Tonic. And Brittany's froze. Brittany. Well, Brittany's froze. What we're going to do is we mentioned a little something about the Lost Tropics. So let's go ahead and take a look at these guys.
Reggae Nights Radio News, your essential guide to reggae nights at the Fork. It's March 24, 2024. Broadcasting from the Tri-Healthy's Venice, Florida studio, I'm Igor Eagle.
And I'm Nikki Kay, ready to dive into reggae nights at the Fork, the Lost Tropics set to illuminate Bert's back porch with reggae vibes. But first, a shout out to our sponsor, Shirts ATM, quality printed shirts. Whether you're looking to remember tonight's show or just want to show off your reggae spirit, Shirts ATM has you covered with their top-notch designs.
Now, let's switch gears to our health tip of the day, something a bit different from your usual advice. Today's tip is about the benefits of stretching. Taking just 10 minutes to stretch each day can improve your flexibility, reduce stress, and decrease your risk of injuries. It's a simple addition to your routine that can make a big difference in your overall health.
Thanks for that, Igor. Stretching is definitely something we can all easily incorporate into our daily lives. Now onto the main event. The Lost Tropics are taking over Bert's back porch at the Twisted Fork tonight, bringing their electrifying reggae vibes to Port Charlotte. The band is known for their vibrant performances and unique sound that blends traditional reggae with modern influences.
That's right, Nikki. The Lost Tropics have quickly become a favorite among reggae enthusiasts in Florida. Their music not only gets you moving, but also touches on themes of love, unity, and the importance of staying true to oneself. It's going to be an unforgettable night filled with positive vibes and great music. And let's not forget, the show starts at 2 p.m., so make sure you get there early to secure a good spot. Tickets are still available but are selling fast. You can grab yours by visiting the Twisted Fork's official Fresh Tix page.
Absolutely, Igor. And for those wanting to take a piece of the night home with them, remember that Shirts ATM will be there with their custom printed shirts. It's the perfect way to commemorate what is sure to be an incredible show.
Indeed, Nikki. That wraps up today's segment on Reggae Nights Radio News. We can't wait to see the Lost Tropics light up Bert's back porch with their reggae vibes. Make sure to follow us on our social media for live updates from the show. And once again, a big thank you to our sponsor, Shirts ATM, quality printed shirts for supporting today's broadcast. I'm Igor Eagle.
And I'm Nikki Kay. Keep those positive vibes flowing, and see you at Bert's back porch for an evening with the Lost Tropics. Peace out.
That was the Lost Tropics at Bird's back porch.
Woo!
You had a little internet hiccup. That's fine because I had an internet hiccup too while you were gone. I thought we were going to lose everybody, but everybody's still here. We got Brittany Dixon back from Lorelai Talent Agency, repping all the wonderful bands in Florida and across the country. So you were saying you have a Sunday show over at Tide and Tonic. What city was that?
Indian Harbor Beach. And then actually, Vibes Farm is playing there Friday, tomorrow.
Say what?
I have so many bands that I have to remember. Vibes Farm is playing there tomorrow, yeah. And then I'll be there on Sunday with the Intercoastals on Easter.
Okay.
I booked so many that it's hard. I have to try to remember in my head.
If you need some help, reach out to Brittany. She's got bands booking left and right. Check out Tide and Tonic. Go ahead and support those guys as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I want to go check it out. I'm excited. If I didn't live so far, I'd go tomorrow, but I have to. Unfortunately,
like all these cool places are far away sometimes.
Yeah, I don't mind driving as long as I'm not working a full day. So I work 2 jobs. I'm I work in the medical field by trade as my first job, and then I do my talent agency as like a second job, which actually takes way more time than a regular full-time job does. I do with the talent agency, I do like band management and booking, and I even do merch for some of these guys, and travel and going with them, doing their social media, taking pictures, like all that stuff. It takes up way more time than a regular full-time job does.
You know, but it's something that these guys need, right? You know, I mean,
Mhm.
look, they're good at the guitar, they're good at singing, they're good at the drums. It doesn't mean they're good at Facebook. It doesn't mean they're good at social media. It doesn't mean that they know how to make a shirt. Look,
Or
I've seen some of them
organize.
dress, right? I've
Right.
seen some of them dress.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
that's
they're
that's kind of
merch-
how that's kind of how I got sucked into it. You know, like I always say, like people are like right-brained or left-brained. They're either like creative or they're like kind of how I am. I can think more on the business side of things. I really organize. I can, you know, keep things together and stuff, and you know, help make plans and ways to grow and like a system to do things, and you know, work with algorithms and all of that. And it's been my way of like, you know, helping the music community, like especially like the up and coming bands and stuff. It's like my favorite thing to do, you know.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, this is why they have people that are special. You know, they specialize in certain things. I know what 2 + 2 is, but that doesn't mean I can do my taxes.
Right.
Like this is why there's people that do taxes. You know, same thing. Like this is why there's professionals, and this way you know, if you're a band, you can focus on being a band. Focus on your music. Focus on your craft. Don't worry about Google and your placement. Man, just go make music, and then let a professional take care of it. Be the professional in your profession.
Mhm. Exactly.
So that's
Just
awesome
help.
that you're able to give these guys a little bit of assistance, a little bit of help. What would you say would be one of the quickest, easiest, smallest ways for a band, or just for a band to be able to start doing something that's going to improve their social media presence or their branding or their marketing?
One of the basic things, well, I mean, I've said this kind of to a few people recently, and people either are like, oh, duh, that makes sense, or they hadn't heard it at all. I always say, like, to make sure that, you know, like kind of the bands in the area that you like are kind of at the same level, maybe a little bit ahead, maybe not. Make sure you're engaging with them on their Facebooks, like on their Instagrams and all that, because then you show up on the algorithms for each other. Not only that, it's also good to support this other band. Maybe you haven't met them in person yet, and then when you eventually do run into each other, then you would have already kind of established a good online relationship with them. So when you do go to meet them in person, it's not like completely awkward, like, hey, I know you, sort of, you know. It's just, you know, it's good all around. It's good for everyone. That's like one of my biggest things I would say is to, you know, support, you know, comment, like, you know, doesn't take anything to do with it.
So from our earlier conversation with Rebecca, she just talked about vibrations. And that's what that's pretty much your advice is pass out good vibrations. You know, go support your friends, go support your bands, go support your colleagues. And if you're the one out there clapping the loudest, you're going to be surprised how many people will clap back for you.
Right.
You know, and be genuine, support it. You know, and the other thing you said is engagement, right? If you're getting 2 comments, but all you do is post, you don't talk to anybody, guess what?
Right. Right.
Talk to people more, post less.
Right. It makes
but
you
yeah, you got to be engaged.
want to talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're always asking your neighbor for sugar and they finally say no, don't be upset. Go buy your own sugar. You know, you kind of have to be, you know, you got to give what you get. So that's a good advice, Brittany. I like that. I think I need to take that too, because I know I post a lot.
I try not to post too much, but now I've gotten to the point where I have so many bands that I'm trying to support and show stuff to that I try to like restrain myself. But that actually kind of goes into a little bit of, I finally got the talent agency page itself for Facebook set up on its own. I was just running off my personal page for such a long time, and I'm trying to shift that over because I kind of want my page to turn into like a page for people to be able to see, like, kind of, I call it behind the curtain of me, like traveling with bands and doing stuff and what it takes to, like, you know, be on the road, or what it's like to be with these guys, because you really have to ref it sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and that's pretty cool. That's some pretty cool. That's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah.
And you said, you probably put in more work on your side job than in your main job. You put more hours in. How do you find that balance in life? Of happiness versus work, or do you find the happiness in your work?
Yeah, that's what it is. It gives me like a satisfaction that I didn't know that I needed. you know,
You
uh,
feel a little better when you help somebody versus watching this complete season of Game of Thrones on Netflix.
right? Yeah, I haven't. I can't even tell you the last time I sat down and watched TV. like free time was that, but it's not like in a bad way. I mean, I enjoy it. Like, so my partner is also in a band, and I get to like help support his scene. And it's also giving back to that, like, meeting new people. It helps itself. Like, it's not like, it doesn't feel like work, like my first job feels like work. I'm like, oh, I gotta get up in the morning. It's like this time, like, I get people calling me all day, like working from home since COVID.
It gives you that energy. It
does.
The 9 to 5 depletes you, but this re-energizes.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. Especially since I do work from home now. Right. Well, I don't get the socialization anymore. Like, they sent us home from work after like COVID, and I'm a social butterfly. I'll talk to everybody. I'll talk your ear off if you let me. And, being at home has been really, detrimental. So I really started like diving into this last year, and it makes me happy. I get to go out and I get to have fun and also help people along the way. It feels good,
Well, that's awesome. Again, like, you work a lot, but I guess if you're able to find the energy and that happiness, there's your work-life balance. It's almost like if you weren't doing it, you wouldn't have that balance anymore, huh?
Right. It was like that before, for sure. I would get bored. I mean, watch a lot of TV, like, and that kind of, that's not really good for anybody. Just not have like any kind of, purpose or something that was taking up my time, like, hobby or anything like that. I didn't have anything personal, besides, family and stuff, but I need something for me to do, me to focus on. So it's definitely been that for me.
Okay, so one tip you had for the bands was just interaction, right? Commenting and just basic interaction. I think one thing that these bands also need to realize is they're a small business and they need to act like a small business.
I try to teach them that. Yes.
They are a business and they need to act like a business.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start, I think in life it's really about perceptions, right? And when you take a look at it like that, that's branding and marketing. And your advice, what you told me for commenting, I'm going to take back to our other side of the house, and we need to do more commenting versus less posting.
Yeah.
Again,
it's a big deal.
It is, it is. And sometimes you always just got to go back to basics, right? Take a look and, brush up on your elementary skills. And I think that was really good advice. I'm taking notes. So I appreciate all free consultations that I'm getting.
I got you. Yeah, it could be time consuming and stuff doing that too, which also makes it hard because, right, like these, most of the bands that I work with, they all have full-time jobs too, so it's hard to, when you do have a free moment and you're not practicing with your band or playing a show or whatever, like when is the time for them to like scroll through and look, it's hard, it's time consuming, and, but it's important. It's definitely like a necessity. You should, like, absolutely, it has to be done. So,
I don't think it's an easy job being in a band.
It's definitely not. It's not what I thought it was at all either. So growing up, like my teens and my 20s and stuff, I was always at concerts, always at shows. I would, follow, the biggest bands that I want. I like, if they were here 3 days in Florida, I'd try to go all three, and being on this side of it now has really been very eye-opening for me, which is, it's not all bad either, but it's just not like you said, it's like the perception of things, like the optics of what I thought was going on is not really what it is, which is, not necessarily bad. Like I'm saying, it's just not what you think it is, I guess. Or maybe we just, come up with ideas in our heads of what we think is going on, but it's not really that way. I don't know.
Well, they look like rock stars on the stage, and we
Right.
all want to be a rock star, right? We just
Mhm.
don't understand the amount of work, blood, sweat, tears
Right.
it takes to get 5 minutes of rock stardom, right? And then after the rock stardom, after that 5 minutes, then they got to take everything off the stage and pack it all up, and
Right.
like what, like just an adrenaline wave of just. Oh, and then I got to pack my stuff up.
Right. And then you have to drive the bus to the next city and do it all over again.
Yeah, I mean, vending, we do a lot of vending at the show. So it's kind of the same thing in a way, because like we're all hyped to get there. We're setting up. We had a really good day. We made a bunch of money. And then like the headliner's over. Then we look at her tent. We're like,
Oh, I know that feeling so well.
like we're hot, dirty. We all stank. And like the last thing and we want to be neat and organized about it, but we're just like, throw it in the truck. And when you throw it in the truck, you ain't gonna fix it on Monday.
Yeah.
Because then you're just throw it in the closet.
Yeah.
So when you go to your next show, you're like,
Yeah. I totally know that feeling.
vendor life. Go ahead, vendors. You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm. I do that for the merch, like when I do go with bands and I do their merch, like at the end, I'm like, just throw it in there. I'll fix it next time. You're tired by the end. Not only that, like, it's funny. I just sit there and I talk to people, like, I'm selling merch, or people are asking questions or whatever. I'm there to like support, in whatever way it needs to be. And really, sometimes by the end, I'm like, even as a social butterfly, my social battery has like kind of run out by then too. So I just want to,
It's a job. Again, like, and there's probably people walking by like, man, I wish I were her. I could just watch bands all day. And you're like, dude, it's been 157 degrees out.
Yeah.
I've been out here for 3 days. I haven't had a shower.
Right.
And now I gotta fold a bunch of 3X shirts.
Yeah.
I'm glad I make it look glorious.
Right. I'm sure from the outside it looks like so much fun, but I promise you don't want to come near me because I stink. I'm sweaty. We all smell like riding in the bus when I ride with like the bands, the Intercoastals. Our bus definitely has a smell after a few days.
Different flavors. Yeah, they have different flavors. Yeah.
It just gets worse and worse. It's rough. But
but
it's so much fun too,
isn't
though,
that what builds a band? That's what isn't
Right.
that the glue? The dirt, the grime, the different smells and sounds that come out of the bus that just builds that camaraderie to where you only know those inside jokes. So when somebody says it on stage in front of 50,000 people, there's only 4 people that know it's funny. That's
Right.
what builds a band.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. I want to start getting out with a lot more of my other bands, like getting up to where I was now. Doing full management for a band takes up a lot more time than just like booking and like doing other stuff for these guys. But like I fully manage one band, so now I really want to try to get out and see, get out to more other shows. Like the next weekend after that, I'm going to go to another Vibes Farm show the Sunday afterwards. I want to try to get out a lot more and go flip flop on both coasts and, make it happen so I can see more of my bands like face to face and stuff. Because because everybody is so spread out, it's hard. So I can only be at one place at one time,
Well,
But I'm
while
gonna
you're
try to do a
doing
lot
this, what I would love to see on your L'Oreal Talent Agency page on Facebook is a bunch of images of all these different venues you're going to.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I need to work on my engagement. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you make those posts, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on my engagement. So I'll have to go ahead and make a few comments.
All right. I see you. Okay.
That's the game plan. So
Yeah.
on Easter, I'm going to be looking for Tide and Tonic and some Vibes Farm postings. Because I got a bunch of
Yeah.
comments from those guys.
Yeah, I'm really so excited to see it. It looks beautiful online. I know it is because Jason's such a hard worker, and just seeing the pictures, they have like swinging lights outside. It looks absolutely beautiful. I just can't wait. I'm so excited for it. I'm excited for him too because he's such a nice guy. He's one of the music venues that are like really into the music and are supportive for the artists, and those are the kind of places that I like to get my bands to go to. The ones that really want it and just don't want to just pay entertainment. They don't care who it is. It is what it is. Get on the stage. Like I like people that really want it, want music there for.
It sounds like you kind of you gave out a little bit of advice about clapping for people earlier, and it seems like you're clapping pretty hard over here for Tide and Tonic. So I see you too. I see you. You got to root for good people, right? You got somebody out there doing the right thing. That's who you want to root for. You want to clap for.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Well, Brittany, it is getting almost to my bedtime. I told you I'm getting a little older. When you get gray in the beard, it gets near, especially in Southwest Florida. Like we're approaching 10 o'clock.
Oh, I'll be up for a couple hours.
I'm going to get a fine from the HOA if I'm not in bed in 15 minutes. They send it. I get one email warning, and then we get fined if we're up past 10.
No way. That's crazy. I thought you were talking about in your store. Are you at the store right now?
No, I'm at the house.
Okay.
Well, Brittany, it was a pleasure talking to you. Again, I am with Brittany Dixon, Lorelai Talent Agency. Go check her out on Facebook. Go like her page. Go follow her because she's going to be posting all kinds of pictures of different venues. And again, you'll be able to see her and some of her bands over at Tide and Tonic. And you're going to be out there on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Where else can we see you? We get you on Instagram as well?
I am. That's something I'm working to get better at too because I was doing it for my single page, but I need to do a talent agency page instead of trying to work it from my own account.
Yeah, they say a carpenter's house is never finished.
I'm always doing something, and like recently I got in with 2 like major festivals that have been taking up a lot of my time this week, which has been absolutely insane. And I was going to work on that, but of course something bigger always gets in the way. And I just put out fires all day. I feel like whatever is the squeakiest wheel gets the attention. You know what I mean? So I'll get on that. But I am Brittany Dixon on Instagram right now. It's mostly just postings of the next shows that I got going on. But I am going to transition my personal pages into like doing stuff with the bands, and then I'll have the shows, advertised from the talent agency page, so I can separate those a little bit.
Look, we got a comment here, Brittany. You're going to have to reach out to DJ over at Token Tools. He says you need to get with him because he needs to talk.
That's my buddy.
Business with Lorelai Talent Agency.
All right.
Again, guys, reach out to her. We got Brittany Dixon, Lorelai Talent Agency. Get on Facebook and just type in Lorelai, Lorelai. Yeah. And we got the post right there for me because I can't read. I can't even spell. I guess that's spelling, not reading, huh? I read it well. Like, I had no problem reading it. I just couldn't spell it out.
That's all right. That drink's working, huh?
Delta. It's good.
Yeah.
See, hey. First in the pudding, fellas. I can't spell L'Oreal. I can read it, but I can't spell it. Again, if you guys aren't doing anything next weekend, April 6th, head over to Tampa and check out Tribe Fest 2024. I'm stoked about this one. I can't wait to see the venue. They've got. I'm gonna start doing some yoga. I learned a little yoga today.
Really? I used to do dance in my younger years. I wonder if I could still bend some of those ways anymore. Probably not, but
this is what I learned today. I learned that yoga is life.
Okay.
Yoga is life, and
right.
yoga. It's like 3% of yoga is like stretching. Maybe not 3%, but it was 3 somethings. 3 points in the something book.
And breathing, right?
Breathing is the biggest thing. Breathing and listening to your body and just slowing down and right? Not just let it go. Again, this is kind of why I really dug talking to Rebecca, is because you had that inner peace blending with the reggae where it's just
yeah, I wish I could be more like that. Like I feel like I'm sort of a high-strung person, but I'm not like stressed. I just have high energy all the time, you know. And sometimes be able to relax like that would feel good if I could make myself do it, you know.
I talked to her about breathing, right? So breathing, and this is something. So breathing. So if you're stressed, when you're breathing, watch your stomach. Okay, if you're breathing in and your stomach goes out, you're tense. Because like when you breathe in, everything should expand, including your stomach. Right? Try to do it backwards, and then you just get mad. You're like, I don't know.
Now I'm feeling like where I'm breathing now.
You try to reverse it. You're like your stomach is all tense but when you're upset, go ahead and check your breathing. You're like, oh, I'm backwards.
Yeah.
And then you switch that up, and then it's like it just kind of, I don't know. I've seen that with me, and that's yoga. Life is yoga.
Like breathing when you're in labor, somebody said. Yeah.
Like breathing when I'm in labor.
Yeah. Oh, I want to try it. I'd be down to try it. I'm actually there. I'm in Bradenton the 5th, April 5th, which is not that far from Tampa, right? Bradenton's not? Bradenton?
No, just right up the road. See, I know that. That's in my zone. See, I'm Tampa, Fort Myers. I know that zone. I went to Arcadia the other day. You ever been to Arcadia?
No, but it sounds like I don't know why it sounds like Narnia to me, like a magical place, is it not? Arcadia.
I didn't see much magic. I didn't see much magic there.
Okay.
It's just a different part of Florida. I heard that I think they have a rodeo in Arcadia.
Oh, okay. Not much in Arcadia. Oh, okay. Well,
not much.
I'm not really familiar with the west side of Florida. I'm really familiar with all the East Coast and up and down. I'm working my way over that way and trying to get more time out. That's part of the, me going to see everybody too. I want to start making my way out to the west side a little bit more so I can not only just see my bands, but also get an idea for what it's like over there, the venues that are over there too. So I know where I'm sending, people from times and stuff. I need to see. Left side is the best side, they say. That's funny.
All right. Well, Brittany, I'm going. I got 7 minutes before I'm in bed. I got almost past my bedtime. So we are going to wrap this up again. Brittany Dixon, Lorelai Talent Agency. Check her out on Facebook. If you're a young band, young business, again, I picked up a couple great tips today. Commenting and just engaging. Again, Brittany, thank you for joining us tonight. And so how else can we find out more about you?
Well, I have some very exciting announcements coming very soon, but I can't say just yet.
Okay.
But
I guess you'll have to come back on.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That'll be good. I got a good idea.
Well, you know what? With that being said, I have a little bit of news too that we just found out. We found out this yesterday. We got invited back to Twisted Fork.
What? I loved that place. Oh, I'm excited. I really like that.
They said we did good. We did good.
Yeah?
So they want us to come back. So working on, we're working on that for that's going to be August 25th.
Okay.
So we'll have to put the announcement out. Yeah, Mike, we are back to the fort. We turned it reggae and they liked it.
They did. Even some of the biker guys I was watching, they were like into it, next to a Harley dealership. So I would have thought, they like rock or something, but they were into it.
Well, the bands we brought, they were kind of a little bit strategic. The bands that we brought was, the Lost Tropics. I think just set the mood off with just straight talent, right?
Mhm.
And then Iconic, if bands were a stock, I would sell my house and buy stock in Iconic, just because of their diversity and their energy. And then you've got Rob, with Propaganda. I think Propaganda should just play there once a month. I think they're just a great fit. So I think we brought in some bands that touch that fringe of the core Fork demographic, and
Mhm.
we're going to turn a little more reggae in August.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'll be back. I'm gonna put that on my calendar so I remember.
Absolutely, absolutely. 8:25, then we got 10:5, which is Reggae Nights on the Island. That one's going to be bananas.
Okay.
We're shutting down downtown Venice for that, and then we're going to be doing another one for Veterans Day, November 9th. We're going to be shutting Venice down again. That one's Reggae for the Vets.
I want to go to that one too. I haven't been there though. I've heard that place is Venice, right? In Venice somewhere. That's really nice. Rob was telling me about that place too. It's really nice there.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's a little different. It's again, it's non-traditional. It's like a gazebo in the middle of downtown.
Oh, that's
And
right. He sent me a picture of it. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's
pretty.
and then when the sun is setting with the palm trees and just the glow with music and the street lights, and it's just again, right? Reggae, it's just different. You put reggae in Venice downtown at Centennial Park, it's an experience. We want to capture the moment of that, and I think we're gonna catch it. We're gonna catch it in the fall. So looking forward to those.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler by then too. That time of year, it's like a perfect time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
If
like,
we hit a miss, yes.
the fork's gonna be hot. It's gonna be
But
hot.
it's triggered though. That's why. I mean, that's huge perk of that place too. That was awesome. That was so awesome. I still got sunburnt. I know you can't really see it on the camera, but my face is red.
I got burnt too. Well, it was fun. Everybody wanted to talk to me in the sun.
Right?
Like, they would run me down, and like half my body's in the shade except for my forehead, and that's where they wanted to talk. It was like everybody. I'm like, let's just move 3 feet over. Can we do that?
Just a little bit this way. He said it's gonna be on fire.
All right, Brittany. Well, we are definitely going to hang up this time for sure, because
Okay.
we're approaching the hour mark. Time flies when you are having fun. I had a great time talking to you. And again, Brittany Dixon, L'Oreal Talent Agency. Check her out on Facebook. Check us out,
Absolutely.
reggaenights.live. Just Google us. We are all over the place. All right, Brittany. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you later.
Woo!